The Trump administration has fired US Navy Secretary John Phelan with immediate effect. The decision comes when the US Navy is playing a key role in enforcing a blockade in the Strait of Hormuz. Hello and welcome to ThePrint. I am Samah Qundeel and let's understand what happened. The Pentagon has not given an official reason, but behind the scenes, this appears to be less about the war and more about a power struggle within Washington. The Pentagon stated that Phelan was leaving his position effective immediately. Pentagon spokesperson John Phelan said, on behalf of the Secretary of War and Deputy Secretary of War, we are grateful to Secretary Phelan for his service to the department and the United States Navy. We wish him well in his future endeavors. Despite the formal tone of appreciation, subsequent reporting indicated that Phelan had in fact been removed from his role. This makes him the first service secretary selected during US President Donald Trump's current term to be dismissed. At the center of this is Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, who reportedly had a long-running conflict with Phelan. Officials say Phelan often bypassed the chain of command, speaking directly to President Donald Trump, something Hegseth saw as undermining his authority. But to understand why this exit matters, you have to look at who John Phelan really is and how he got here. Phelan was not a career military officer. He was a billionaire investor and a private equity executive based in Florida. He founded Rugged Management and earlier co-founded MSD Capital, the firm that managed investments for Dell founder Michael Dell. Over the years, he built a reputation in finance, not defense. His entry into the Pentagon was political. Phelan was a major donor and fundraiser for Donald Trump, helping raise millions during election campaigns. Their proximity wasn't just political. Phelan lived close to Trump's Mar-a-Lago residence in Florida and was considered part of his inner donor circle. In March 2025, despite having no prior military or national security experience, Trump appointed him as Secretary of the Navy. At the time, Trump described him as someone who would bring a business-first approach to the Navy, focusing on efficiency, shipbuilding, and expanding America's maritime strength. And that became Phelan's core mandate. He was tasked with overseeing Navy's massive budget, acquisition, and long-term strategy, including fixing delays in shipbuilding and pushing forward an ambitious expansion plan dubbed the Golden Fleet. But that outsider status may also have worked against him. Reports suggest Phelan struggled to navigate the Pentagon's hierarchy. His direct access to Trump, something that gave him influence, also created friction with senior leadership. That friction eventually boiled over. The rift with Hegseth deepened over slow progress in shipbuilding reforms and disagreements over control of Navy acquisitions. There were also tensions with Deputy Defense Secretary Stephen Feinberg, who reportedly wanted greater oversight of naval programs. At one point, officials say Phelan even used a personal line to raise issues like maintenance problems on warships directly with Trump, bypassing the formal chain of command. Inside the Pentagon, that was seen as crossing a line. And this isn't happening in isolation. In recent weeks, the administration has removed several top officials, including former Army Chief Randy George and other senior commanders. What's emerging is a broader pattern, a reshaping of military leadership at a time of active conflict. For now, the role goes to Hung Cao. His profile is sharply different. Born in Vietnam, Cao arrives in the United States as a refugee and went on to serve 25 years in the Navy. He operated in Iraq, Afghanistan, and Somalia, specializing in explosive ordnance disposal and deep-sea diving. He also worked with agencies like the Department of Homeland Security and the FBI's Joint Terrorism Task Force. In contrast to Phelan, Cao brings operational on-ground military experience. Now he steps in at a moment of both immediate crisis and long-term uncertainty. But beyond the Iran standoff, the US Navy faces deeper structural challenges, from delays in shipbuilding to concerns about fleet size and readiness. Thank you for watching. For more such content, keep following The Print.